Hey, it's Ryan. Let's check out the chorus for Hallelujah. It looks like this. Hallelujah. 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 So the two main things that we're getting out of this part is we're going to look at a minor triad shape, and I'm going to teach you about the classical roll. So let's take a look at it. To start, we have the F chord, which you can do F or F major 7 here. I just like the way the F sounds here. And then we have the classical roll. So what that is basically instead of like plucking the strings like this, we're doing one finger at a time like this. But we're doing it kind of quick, so it sounds like this. So at your own pace, just try this with me. You could kind of envision like a cascading waterfall type of sound, the way that the notes are falling kind of like that. I think some people may call this raking or brushing. But the reason why that we're doing that is, again, just to add a little bit more variety to our finger picking patterns, rather than just 2 bars of something like that. Instead, what we're doing is we're purposefully making this a whole note for the same reason that we did over here. It adds a little bit more dynamic contrast and a little bit more interest because we are doing something different from just the ascending and descending arpeggio pattern. So let's just practice this part together, and it'll sound something like this. So let's do it. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. 2 more times, go. Last time, go. Okay, so we can take a break from that F chord for a second. And now what we're doing here is you don't have to play this A minor triad if you don't want to. You can just do the normal one. But I also wanted to take the opportunity to show it to you and show you kind of how it works. So before we had our, just think of this as not like an F major. Think of it as just a major shape. So we've got the root, the third, the fifth, and the octave. And what we can do right here is, the typical music theory stuff. You lower the third. Now you have a minor shape. So we have the root, the minor third, the fifth, and the octave. So this, as an example, would be an F minor. You don't want to play that A string because that's we're playing an A flat for this F minor. And so in the same way, we can take this shape and we can move it around to get different chords. So if you struggle with your F sharp minor bar chord, this could be a great solution for you because now you're not barring across all the strings like that, but now you're only barring across these 3 strings right here. And with this F sharp minor chord, you can let the A string ring out like this because it's part of the chord. So you can do that. And this chord actually that we're playing in this song, you might recognize it as the beginning of Stairway to Heaven, etc., etc. So that's the idea, is basically with this triad, you can make a minor shape and you can move it around to get different chords. This is like an A flat minor. This is a G flat minor. And this would be like a B minor, B flat minor, etc., etc. So that's kind of what we're doing here. It does require the shifting. So a good way to know where this chord is you want to look for this dot right here, which is where your 7th fret is, which is also why we have these dots anyway, is to be able to quickly identify where we are on the neck. So with all that out of the way, what we're going to do is just practice going from this chord to this chord, and we're not really going to worry about the finger picking pattern so much. If you need a break from barring, that's fine. Give yourself a little break. But let's just practice it without any sort of tempo to it. From F, and then we're going to shift over to A minor like this. It's just the ring finger and then the first finger bars across all the strings. One more time. Now that you know the minor shape, one more thing that I wanted to show you real quick is that you can go through all of your major and minor and triads now that are diatonic. So if we were in the key of F, just to show you this is F. This would be G minor, that's our 2. A minor would be our 3. B flat would be our 4. And then C would be our 5. D minor would be our 6. And then we would never play a diminished chord really, so we're just going to play 5 instead. So anyway, I mean, if you did want to play that, it would look like this. Which is not really a bar chord at that point. But anyway, that's what that is. So moving on, after we do this A minor, we do another classical roll right there, which you can practice in the practice video. This F is the same as it was before, nothing different about it. And then we go to the C bar, or the C chord, and then we go to the G chord, and then we land on the C to end the chorus and go back to the intro. So with all of that out of the way, I'll see you in the practice video.